And we back. Professor Kenny is here to grade NBA players once again. We grade them by 5 categories: scoring, shooting, playmaking, defense, and team value. How important you to your team's organization. Last time we did this, you guys seem to love it, and I think it's based on this one sentence. This one sentence is very, very important, so I need you to really be listening here. These are all my opinions. Alright, as soon as you get that out of the way, you can just sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. So we're gonna do this. We got this stack of NBA cards. It's a lot of them. We're gonna randomly pull a card and start grading said player. Let's get into the first one. First name is Giannis. I can dig it. Start off with the shooting. We know that that's not Giannis' thing. You feel me? He's a great NBA player, but he's not a shooter. Each year, I can't say he has gotten better. Last year, he had a pretty solid mid-range jumper, and I'm saying solid kind of mid-range jumper, but at the end of the day, he's not a shooter. So I would probably have to give it like a C-. Honestly, Giannis' shot is about a C-, but his scoring is easily an A. Easily. He averaged 27 points per game without taking many jump shots. That is impressive. That is super impressive. So, you know, that's an A as far as shooting. I mean, as far as scoring goes, shooting a C-. Playmaking wise, he is a solid playmaker for his size, solid playmaker for his roles. I'd probably put that like a B-. Defense, when Giannis wants to play defense, he is a great defender, but it's about when he wants to, especially since he exerts so much energy on the offensive side of the ball, you know, averaging 27 points per game. Defensively, he takes some plays off here and there, but for the most part, he's a pretty solid defender. I'll probably give him like a B, and the team value is an A+. He is their franchise player. They're going to try to keep him for as long as they can, try to build a team around him. This offseason, they did a pretty solid job, added some pieces to, you know, work with his play style. Team value, A+. Next guy is Marcus Smart. It's going to be an interesting one. Shooting wise, you know, Marcus Smart is super weird because he'll have games where he go like 4 for 5 from 3, and next 2 games he'll end up being like 0 for 8 total. So he's definitely not a shooter, but he has his times where he's like a microwave and he can heat up and make a couple threes here and there. But one thing I can say about Marcus Smart, he is never afraid to shoot the 3. Even though he probably shouldn't be. I think he shot like 29% from 3 last year, 30% from 3, which is not that good. If I gave Giannis a C- at shooting, I'm probably getting Marcus Smart a C, closer to C+, because again, he ain't a shooter. And scoring is in the same situation. It's just like he's not a scorer. He hangs his hat on the defensive side of the ball, it being like an on-court leader, not necessarily scoring the ball. He averaged, what, 10 points per game last year? So if I had to grade that, I'll probably put that in a C range. Playmaking, probably at like a B-. And then we get to the defense, where he is no joke, one of the best wing defenders in the league. Can guard point guard, shooting guard, some small forwards. The guy has it. That's where he hangs his hat. When you think about Marcus Smart, you're going to think about intensity, defense, and flopping. Those 3 things. Defensively, probably an A-. Like, no joke, probably an A-. And then team value is kind of wishy-washy because he's still a free agent right now. Obviously, the Boston Celtics fans want him back, right? Because he is that firepower. He's got a lot of heart and everything. But how much y'all want to pay him? That's why he's a free agent right now. He wants his bag. And the Celtics like, man, if we ain't got to pay you the bag, we're not going to pay you the bag. So as far as the team value, I'm going to put an I for incomplete because I'm not too sure where their priorities are. Next, we got Chris Paul. One of my guys, get right into the shooting. He ain't no Steph Curry, but he definitely ain't no Giannis / Marcus Smart. 40% three-point shooter, averaging like 5 3-point attempts a game. I would say his shooting is probably like a B+. You know, if Steph Curry is the best of the best at an A+, Chris Paul is like a B+, you feel me? Then we get to the scoring. He's always been a 17 through 20 point per game scorer, but I honestly believe that he has the ability to score more, and that's why you do get the games where he goes off for 30. You do get those type of games. But if I'm basing them on what I know, I'll probably give his scoring ability a B. And then we get to the playmaking. Chris Paul is arguably the greatest playmaker of this generation. So A. Very rarely you're going to see me give out A+. Like I said, Steph Curry is an A+ shooting because he's the greatest shooter of all time. Very rarely would I give out A+. A for playmaking. Defensively, these past few years, he has still been one of the best defending guards in the league. I'll throw it at like a B. And then team value, but then they just give that man a crazy amount of money. Oh my God. Here's the other thing. For team value for Chris Paul, weren't they up in the playoffs until he went out? Do I need to say more? Team value, A. Next, we got Russell Westbrook. When we get to the shooting, Russell Westbrook is great at many, many things. Shooting is not one. He takes the threes like he the best shooter of all time, but it's just not his. One thing I did like this season that he took a step back from the three-point shooting. Throughout this entire season, he was like close to god awful. He shot like 28%, 29%. That is bad. The year before that, he was shooting 34%, which is pretty good. He was averaging 7 threes per game 2 years ago. Shot 34%, and that's solid. And then this year, he started off pretty rough from the three-point line, and he decided, I'm not going to take 7 threes a game. I'm just take 4, and I'm going to shoot 30%. It's not that great, you know? So I'm going to put it at C+. Again, he's better than Marcus Smart. He's better than Giannis at shooting, but he ain't that great of a shooter. He is a great scorer, though. He is a great scorer. 31 points per game 2 years ago, 35 this year. When you add Paul George and Carmelo Anthony, definitely giving it an A. You know, he's one of the best scorers in the league. Playmaking-wise, probably going to put him in the same realm. A-. A-. Like, Kenny, how can he be an A- if he averaged X amount of assists? Defense is not his thing either. Let's be real. Defense is not his thing either. He can play some great defense when you need him to, but just like a random play in the second quarter with 8 minutes left, you're not getting 100% of Russell Westbrook on the defensive end. So because of that, I'm putting a C+. Team value, it is an A. He is their franchise player. He is the guy that they threw the super max to. He is the guy that they've been trying to build a team around for a couple years now. He is their star. He is an A. Kobe Bean, baby. We got a throwback card. I didn't even know we had throwback cards in this collection. This is prime Kobe too. This ain't 2015, 2016 Kobe. We talking very, very prime Kobe Bean Bryant. Shooting the ball. Kobe was never an elite three-point shooter, but he wasn't trash at it either. The last couple years of his career, he kind of took a step back after Achilles injury as far as shooting the ball. But I would probably put it at like a B-. I would say he's a better three-point shooter than Russell Westbrook. So I would say B-. Scoring the ball. Come on, y'all. The dude averaged 35 a season. Go check it. 80 games played. He played nearly the entire season. Averaged 35. Kobe was a bad man. Scoring A+. Let's be real. Scoring A+. Playmaking. See, the big thing on Kobe is that Kobe never passed the ball. Kobe, controller, only has square. He's a pretty good playmaker in his own right. It's just the fact that he's like, nobody can guard me. So why do I need to shoot the ball? B-. Defense. There's a period of time where Kobe was one of the best defenders in the league. A. And then team value, entire career with the Lakers. Forget about that time he requested a trade. Forget about that. Forget about that. Lakers fans don't remember that. Team value, A+. He was there his entire career. How many rings? Entire career. The organization loved him. The fans loved him. A+. Boogie. Listen, I'm reluctant to even do Boogie, man. Pause. I'm reluctant to even grade Boogie after what he did this offseason. But you know what? I'm going to put my biases out the door and try to give him some realistic grading. Can you imagine if your teacher just gave you an F because he don't like you? I'm not going to be that teacher, okay? Boogie, shooting the ball. As far as centers go, he's one of the best shooting centers in the league, which is crazy because he hasn't always been this guy. Over the past couple years, he developed to the point where he's like, I can stand at the perimeter. I spent my entire career bullying people. Let me set at the perimeter a little bit more and shoot it. So if I'm ranking him amongst centers, he'd probably be an A. But as far as the entire league, I'd probably put him at a B-. I think he shot 37% from 3 last season, which is really, really good, especially if you consider his size and his position and all. Next, scoring the ball, probably an A-, man. He's always been a guy to, again, put his head down, get to the rim, because he's such a big monster. It's like nobody can really stop him if you wanted to. Then you get to the playmaking. Boogie is a good playmaker for a center, but he also makes a lot of bonehead decisions. He averaged like 5 turnovers per game last year. That is not acceptable for a center. I guess it is kind of acceptable because he was still great, but it's like you don't want your center to average 5 turnovers. C+, maybe a C. All right. Defense, never been Boogie's thing. Never been Boogie's thing. C. And then team value. I don't know what his team value is to the Warriors. They paid this man $5 million. I mean, the team is successful without him. So without him, they'd probably still be successful. I really don't know. I really don't know what his role is going to be either. Because I doubt he's going to be the Boogie we saw the previous, 8 years of his career. So I don't really know. I don't know what his team value will be. We'll skip it. His teammate. It's just so weird. They travel in packs. Kevin Durant, if you didn't see the card, shooting the ball, A-. Scoring the ball, top of the line, A+. Yeah, I would probably put an A+. Again, I don't give many A+s out there, but I honestly think that Kevin Durant is like unguardable. He has no flaws in his offensive game. If he want to drive to the lane and dunk on you, he can do that. If he wants to put you in the post and shoot over you, he can do that. If he wants to shoot a mid-range jumper, he can do that. Shoot a 3 over you, he can do that. Like, there is no holes in his game as far as scoring the ball. Playmaking, that's crazy. If you watch through the wire, you know that my co-host argued for 10 minutes, maybe even 15, about whether or not Kevin Durant is a playmaker. I think he's a pretty solid playmaker. I would probably put him at like a B-. Defensively, he's got better and better. Defensively, probably a B. And a team value, honestly, I would put it at an A. You can say that they were great without him, but when you add him, it just makes them that much better, that much unbeatable. There's Kevin Durant for you. And thank y'all so much for watching this video. Again, these are all my opinions. I try to keep it real with y'all, but also keeping it entertaining. In the last few days, I missed a couple uploads. And again, I've got so much on my plate right now. I'm covering Summer League for House of Highlights. We got through the wire with House of Highlights, this and everything. So I've been really struggling with time management, but Summer League is almost over. We basically, tonight is the last game, and then after that, we going back on the upload streak on this channel, back on the upload streak on the gaming channel. Prime Kenny is here, and Prime Kenny ain't going nowhere, baby. We back. Thank y'all so much. Peace.